What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Cargoes here on Anderhall, and today I want to do a video that I've been meaning to get done for quite some time now, and that's a BM Hunter PvP Legion guide for patch 7.0. I've had a lot of requests from my fellow Hunter brethren to do this, so I'm going to get it done and do my part to contribute to the Hunter community. So, without further ado, I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to pull up my notes. I want to do just a high-level overview of Honor Talent's skills. We can talk about rotation for a millisecond. Uh, Thoughts on the class overall, the spec overall, state of the class. Assess some of the pros and cons for some of the newer players, and then I'll just get into some scrims and kind of walk you through how I go about doing things. So I'm about 2k CR at the moment in twos. I haven't really messed around with threes too much yet, but I've been playing a ton of Honor. Have a couple hundred games under my belt so far on the live servers. So, um, happy to share my thoughts on everything. First things first, I am going to get into talents. So, Tier 1, Dire Stable. Choose Dire Stable. This is the only option as far as I'm concerned. It really helps smooth out your curve, gives you focus to get those kill commands off. The other two are kind of non-starters for me. Tier 2, I've tested all three of these pretty extensively. Chimera Shot's very underwhelming at the moment. I know it used to be amazing, but it's very underwhelming at the moment. 90% of the time I'll choose Stomp, does the most damage. Dire Frenzy is very situationally good if you need to squeeze min-max your DPS of your pets without being an LOS of your target, right? So without being in line of sight of your target. As you know, Dire Beast requires a line of sight, so if you're trying to squeeze out damage with your pets on someone behind a pillar across the map, 100 yards away, Dire Frenzy will help you squeeze more damage out. But 90% of the time, we're going to choose Stomp here. Post Haste, by far the best here for the 45 talent. I use Blink Strikes, again, 95% of the time. Basically, it allows your pets to blink to your target every 20 seconds and increases its damage. So this is really essential in a lot of matchups. Occasionally, again, if you're trying to min-max your damage, Bestial Fury can be okay. For the Tier 75 talent, these are our 3 CC options, and that's about it. Other than this, we have Concussive Shot, so it's very underwhelming. We're stripped of our talents, stripped of our traps, and a lot of the options that we once had. But this tier is kind of what I'm salty about, and I'll talk briefly on it. So, Binding Shot is okay. If you're against double DPS and it's double melee, I'll use Binding Shot because it can get good value and stuff. But people are running so many, stun reductions and stuff that Binding Shot only lasts for 2-3 seconds tops right now. Wyvern Sting is our best CC in my opinion, but it's still pretty terrible, right? It's a 1.35 second cast, 45 second cooldown, puts a target to sleep for like 8 seconds. But it shares DR with so many abilities that your healer will have or your partner will have, and I still think it's our best option, but again, very underwhelming. So I run with Wyvern Sting most of the time. If I'm up against double melee, I can use Binding Shot. Intimidation is good if you're going to be tunneled and trained by a warrior or something, and you don't have good pillars or line of sight environmental objects that you can leverage and ring around the rosy with them with. You can use Intimidation to help get them off you, right? Because your pets are going to be on them, and you're going to be running away, and you're going to be getting value from Wild Protector, which I'll talk about in a second. So Intimidation can be good situationally, but Wyvern Sting overall helps you set up kills the best. Murder of Crows all the way here. The other two pretty terrible. It does a tremendous amount of damage. 1 minute cooldown, 912,720 physical damage over 15 seconds. Instant cast, 40-yard range, massive range, and if the target dies, it'll reset. So, and the Tier 100 talent. This is a talent that I take that not a lot of hunters take, and I think that is a differentiator for me. It's aspect of the beast. Most hunters will Stampede is garbage now. It's not. It doesn't. It's just you choose an area and beasts start running through the area, but you can just run out of it. It does nothing pretty much as far as I'm concerned. Killer Cobra is what most hunters take here. It helps you squeeze out tops 3-4 more kill commands while Bestial Wrath is active. But in my experience, you're always focus starved and you're not getting tremendous value from this anyway. And by taking this, you're gonna reduce your win conditions and your survivability tremendously. So of course you're going to be running a cunning pet, right? Because you need Roar of Sacrifice. You need it. It's essential for you to survive in this extremely bursty melee heavy meta with tremendous amounts of uptime on you. You need to run a cunning pet, right? An aspect of the beast, if you are running a cunning pet, makes your kill command slow the target by 50% for 4 seconds. So that's almost 100% uptime on slows because you're going to be kill commanding on cooldown. Kill command's like a 6-second cooldown. It puts a 4-second slow on them. So with this talent, it will really increase your win conditions in Arena. If you're 1v1ing almost any class in the game, and you have like a pillar in front of you, the slow that this will apply to the target and your just ability to get around the pillar and hump the pillar and regen a little bit through kill commands, you can 1v1 anyone. And that's pretty cool because you don't need LOS. You can just super pillar hump. Your pets will be slowing the target constantly, eating at them. And also, if people are training you or training your healer, just putting a 50% slow on the target almost all the time is going to be very helpful. And the opportunity gain, that's the opposite of opportunity cost, is huge. So I really love Aspect of the Beast, and I run this almost all the time. Unless I'm in a 3 situation or a situation where I know I'm going to have total ability to free cast and squeeze out as much damage as possible, then I might run Killer Cobra. Okay, don't mean to spend too much time on the talents, but we'll get into the honor talents. You guys know this first tier. If I'm running with a healer, I'll rock Relentless. Other than that, I'll rock Medallion. Focused Fire is another very slept-on talent. If you're not attacked for 8 seconds, your damage will be increased by 15%. So this is amazing. If you're going to be trained by teams and you're just going to be fighting for your life the whole game, I'll run Quick Shots because the 6% haste helps you marginally. But the potential upside Focus Fire allows you, if they forget about you for a few seconds, if they swap out to your healer, 15% damage increase is huge. So I love running Focus Fire. It's an amazing talent. Initiation sucks. For the tier 3, I run either Cat-like Reflexes or Survival Talents. Cat-like Reflexes is really good at helping you survive, so critical melee strikes give you 30% dodge for 4 seconds. That'll help you survive a lot, but Survival Tactics also does as well. So if you're up against an S-Priest, any class with dots, or magical slows or whatever, Survival Tactics is amazing against. Also, you can feign death casts, and it also gives you a 1.5 second, huge damage reduction where you basically can't take damage. So you can use it to avoid massive bursts, and also to remove slows like the Rogue Nightblade slow. This will remove that for you. That's a fun fact for you. They can reapply it, but it's going to make their rotation a bit more awkward and allow you to run free with your post haste for a second or two. So, either Cat-like Reflexes or Survival Tactics. Onto the 4th tier, I either run Viper Sting, Scorpion. All 3 of these are amazing. This is a great tier. So, with your Devil Sores up, which are these awesome-looking dudes here, they apply a monstrous bite debuff. In addition to the Viper Sting, BM Hunters have the most anti-healing in the game at 55%. So, this is really good towards any healer DPS team. If you're up against a double melee team and you're really trying to survive and min-max your survivability, run Scorpion Sting. It's going to reduce physical critical strike chance by 50% for 6 seconds if you hit him with Cobra Shot. So if we're up against double DPS, I'll try and keep Cobra Shot up on both targets and reduce their damage significantly. And Spider Sting is good too, but it's situational. So for the 5th tier here, I mainly run Wild Protector. Your pets, they don't absorb this damage. A lot of people think your pets actually take this damage. They don't. It's just a buff they give you. They reduce your damage taken by 15%. So if you're getting trained by a Demon Hunter or a Sub-Rogue, and you have your pets on that Sub-Rogue, you're going to be within that 8-yard range, which is a very small range, but if he's right on your ass and you have your pets, trying to eat at him, you'll be taking 50% less damage, which is huge. Separation Anxiety is also a great talent. If you're double DPS versus double DPS and you're trying to be on the super offensive, you can send your pets out at the beginning of the match and they're going to enrage if you can try and just run away from them and be on the other side of the map. They're going to enrage, do 50% more damage, you pop Bestial Wrath, and they'll just be getting you so far ahead before the engagement even starts. You can take targets down to 50% without the engagement even starting. So Beast Within is also really good if you're up against a warrior or a priest, someone that has fear. Reduction on the Bestial Wrath cooldown is great, but you can also predict when fears are going to happen and and keep more uptime on your target because it provides fear and horror immunity. Um, Also, another combination, horror immunity. You can get horrified by the Shadow Priest Vampiric Touch. When you dispel that with survival tactics, you'll get horrified. So you can prevent that with Bestial Wrath if you want. So for the final tier, Go for the Throat is by far the best talent. The other two are pretty garbage in my opinion. I see hunters running Hawk thinking it's good, but it's terrible. 9 out of 10 of your kills are going to be a result of this talent right here. Kill Command is your highest damage ability, and when your target gets to 30% or less, you can just Kill Command non-stop. So just choose this, dudes. And then you're going to be running Cunning with your pets, right? You need Roar. And you also want 2 sets of pets. Right now I have my Devil Swords out, but you also want a Spirit Beast pet or this beautiful ability here, Spirit Mend. Spirit Mend will heal you about 20% of your HP over 10 seconds. Give you a small burst of healing and then a hot that hits you. And it only has a 30-second cooldown. So if you can squeeze 2 or 3 of these out during a really damage-heavy game, that's going to really help you survive. Can't stress that enough. So get yourself a Spirit Beast and pick your pets depending on who you're facing in the arena. So that's it for talents, honor talents, and skills. I'm going to get into the pros and cons of the class and my thoughts on the class in general. So I think BM is in a decent spot. By no means is it top tier. At 2K CR, even 1900 CR, I'm hard pressed to see other BM hunters running with a healer at that level. And our mobility is not very good relative to the other classes with demon hunters and sub rogues, barrels. People can stay on you, warriors with the double charge, constant hamstring, slows that you cannot dispel. You have to be so crispy with your seals in order to survive. You need to be able to disengage, at the cleanest angles behind pillars, really work your environment. You can't really man fight anyone anymore. You can't really man fight them out on open ground. If it's a rogue, they'll just keep resetting on you and kill you. If it's a warrior, they'll just straight up kill you. I think that we're in an okay spot. And I think it's BM is playable, but it's subpar. But with that said, I do enjoy the playstyle. So I've had success running with healers. Again, it's super awkward running with healers because you have very limited CC, and the CC you do have this Wyvern Sting here. DR shares DR with a lot of healer abilities, the Paladin Sap, with some of the Mistweaver stuff. So, if you want the most CC options you have, if you're going to partner with a healer, is with a Druid, just because they can do the whole Cyclone Bash, and then the Wyvern doesn't DR with anything. And they also have Roots. But, yeah, double DPS is pretty trash at the moment. Anything, past 1900, you're not going to see double DPS, just because they don't have the finesse to get kills against healer teams. You don't have the CC that you once did, and maybe with the only exception being Rogue Mage, because you have all the CC you've had traditionally, plus the new Fire Mage damage, sub damage, constant uptime with the Rogue, self-healing. So RM is okay. So some of the pros and cons. Some of the pros of being a BM hunter: you're the only class in the game that can solo someone, can kill someone in arena without even being near them. With dampening and your pets, you'll be able to literally solo someone without even being in line of sight of them. You can just pillar hump the entire time in a 1v1 situation, and you'll eventually win that trade. So that's cool. You can put out pressure and not be anywhere near the altercation. So that's a cool pro. I'd like to say mobility is a pro, and you do have some mobility options with this engage and aspect of the cheetah, but if you're already slowed, cheetah doesn't remove the slow on you, and so it doesn't really do much. You almost have to use cheetah preemptively before a slow effect gets on you to get value out of it, to position yourself nicely. Our mobility is limited. But some of the pros, other pros with the BM Hunter is um, you win the long game, and a lot of these in a two situation, especially because that's what I can speak most confidently on. You're with another healer. Your kind of bottom line strat, your baseline strat, your course, if things are going wrong, is to play the long game and just to move together, LOS, let your pets chip away at your targets, and play the long game. And with dampening going into effect, you'll generally win that trade against almost all comps if you're running BM healer. So that is the good news, and you can pillar hump really well, and it's very frustrating for other classes. So those are some of the pros. Some of the cons: survivability is very limited. You have turtle, but after turtle, you're just a potato. You know, no ability to remove slows off yourself unless it's a magic slow, and you specifically spec into survival instincts. You can't really remove slows off you. So that sucks. Cons are very limited CC options. Don't have high burst potential as a hunter. It's kind of just a steady stream of damage. It's pretty consistent with high uptime. But you don't have some, you're not able to just global someone as a BM hunter. Not even close. And those are some of the cons. If I think of more as we go, I'll mention them. But you have to adopt an interesting mindset, an interesting play style when you play a BM hunter. You have to know that you can't man fight people. You have to work LOS to your advantage, and you have to, position yourself very carefully. Because if you disengage into a fight or something, because you think you need to get, squeeze out some damage on someone, and someone realizes that you disengaged into a fight rather than disengaging to create space and run away, they'll just kill you. They'll just train you and kill you real quick. Yeah, I queued up for some skirmishes here. I think the next step is to just play some games for you and kind of walk you through my thought process on things. The rotation, people say the BM rotation is really simple, and I agree to them to an extent, but as you'll see when I play these games, I don't really have a lot of globals to spare at all. I'm fighting for my life constantly. And you have to keep concussive up on your targets, constantly disengaging, counter shot, feign deathing damage, roaring yourself, just dire beasting properly. There's some definite nuance to it, so we'll get into it in a second. But the rotation generally, kill command is your highest priority spell, followed by dire beast, followed by cobra sting, and you want to keep murder crows up. It's your cooldown. So okay, let's see what we got here. We got a Ret versus Demon Hunter Arcane. So I'm actually going to go after the Arcane here. I'll start on the Demon Hunter and then switch to the Arcane. I'm going to run... What am I going to run? I have some options here. So I think I'm actually just going to run Wyvern here. When in doubt, I'm going to run Wyvern. Give me more control. So as the match starts, I'm actually going to stay back in this room, because they're going to probably focus me, aside from the Ret. So I'm going to stay back in here and send my pets out. I'll send my pets out to go after this Demon Hunter. I'm going to stay back in here. The mage wants stealth. I'm actually going to pop Bestial Wrath only and start getting ahead with damage. I'm going to flare here just in case the mage comes over. See, the Demon Hunter is trying to get to me. Okay, I'm going to wait for them to engage on my partner. Then I'm going to come out. Okay, so I'm going to pop Burst on this Demon Hunter here. And I am going to Wyvern the mage. So mage is fully polyed in Wyvern. I'm going to Trinket this Polymorph. Just switch into me. Damaging the Demon Hunter here. As you see, I'm staying behind LOS. Countershot the Arcane Blast of the mage. Heal my pets up. My partner's pretty low. He somehow died. Okay. Still probably win this. All I gotta do is create space and let my pets do their thing. Still have Turtle. So Demon Hunter's dead. That's great. So now I'm gonna go after this mage and just try and create some space here. I still have Turtle, and I win this. I win this trade with my pets. All I gotta do is LOS and get out of his face. As you can see, he's trying to catch up with Blink. He's trying to catch up with Shimmer. All I gotta do is let my pets hit him. Keep running around. If he manages to close the distance, I'm gonna Turtle. It's gonna buy me a little time. I almost have crows up, so now I'm going to crows, hit him with a dire beast, and then I'm going to turtle here. And I also spirit mended on myself to get some healing on myself. So I keep my pets on him. He went stealth or something. There he is. So I put my pets on him. I'm going to disengage back to this middle pillar. He's trying to shimmer around and get LOS with me, but I'm not going to let him. Keep running around. He shimmered again. Just keep playing mind games with him. Pets are novids, so they can't kill command him. But I'm just going to keep creating space. Should be in good shape. I still have high HP. He's now within range for my kill commands to be on cooldown. Disengage out of this route. Pressure up. And he's dead. So, it's kind of a weird match, but, you know, see how it is. Generally, it's kind of hard to talk and play arena. Don't really have experience doing that, so bear with me. I'm going to queue up for another one here. In that situation, things I could have done better. I probably should have gotten out there a little bit earlier when they opened up on the ret. And got the Wyvern off a little bit earlier. But, you know, it worked out. So this is sort of useful to be doing skirms and stuff, because most skirms are double DPS, but hopefully we can get a healer team, because that's what you're really going to be going up against in arena. Windwalker DH shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to select my Spirit Beast pet rather than my Devil Sword pet, give me a little more survivability, a little more heal. I'm going to run Binding Shot here, because Binding Shot is good versus double melee and in double DPS situations. I'm going to run Wild Protector. I'm probably going to be focused, so I'm not going to run Focused Fire. And I'm going to send my pets out immediately like I did last game and try and extract some value with them before I engage. So there they go. They're going on them. And I'm going to stay back here in this room and wait for them. So now they went on my my teammate. So now I can engage. I'm going to be going on the Demon Hunter here. I'm going to drop a Binding. I can get them both. There we go. Binding. I'm going on the Demon Hunter. Stay in max range. He hit him with Holy Wrath, I think. That's why he did so much damage. Demon Hunter's dead. Started this Monk. Always want to weave in shots. These people are pretty bad. So, I'm not sure this is tremendously helpful, but... Let me know what you guys think, though. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more of these, or if you hated it, if you loved it. I plan on putting out more videos starting today, across multiple games: World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, CS:GO, Overwatch. Yeah. Okay, so this will be our final arena. As a tip to my fellow hunters out here, don't summon your pets until you're off of this ledge, because they get bugged all the time. If you summon your pets up here, they'll probably get bugged. You have to assume they're going to get bugged, and they most likely will. So summon them once you get down off this ledge, because they won't come at all if you summon them down. So anyway, I'm going to switch off Focused Fire, because I'm probably going to be trained here. I'm going to switch to Scorpion Sting, because I need to reduce as much damage as possible. I'm going to run Binding rather than Wyvern, and that's pretty much it. We're going to go on the Warrior here, because Warriors have no self-healing. I'm going to run my Spirit Beast. My pets are going. I'm going to create as much space as possible, because the Feral probably wants to open on me, so I'm going to cheat it preemptively. I'm going to run around this corner. Get my Mage opened on him. Okay. Mage blinked away. Feral still didn't open yet. Pop Burst. Okay, I'm going to drop a Binding right there. They should both get stunned. Kill command on the Warrior. Staying close to these boxes here, in case they switch to me. Warrior should be dropping here. Should die. Warrior dead. Okay, I'm gonna roar on myself. So I roared. Trinket the stun, throw a dire beast, just keep kiting around. This Pharaoh's not going to be able to get you up to me if I keep doing this. So, heal myself. Pop Bestial Wrath. As you can see, my pets are slow on him. He can't catch me around this. So, throw a dire beast out. A couple Cobra shots should do the trick. And he's dead. So that's a good one to end on. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep playing here. So, that's Cargo signing out. Thanks for your time.